WWE News Rumor Roundup. Female star almost arrested due to Roman Reigns. Drew McIntyre could miss SummerSlam. Five-time champions, dear loves. Welcome to WWE Family Show. Please do subscribe my YouTube channel. Injury update. Welcome to the WWE News and Rumor Roundup for July 2025. Today, we'll cover various topics heading into SummerSlam, including Drew McIntyre's status for the event, an injury update for a five-time champion, and a female star's story of almost getting arrested due to Roman Reigns. Following a brief break, Drew McIntyre rejoined the blue brand and promptly initiated a feud with Randy Orton. However, battle lines were drawn as Logan Paul sided with the Scottish Warrior, and Jelly Roll agreed to team up with the Viper following Saturday night's main event. Recently, the two-time WWE champion and one-time World Heavyweight champion revealed on X Twitter that he was stuck in the United Kingdom, where he came to attend a friend's wedding. Unfortunately, he wasn't allowed back on a flight to the United States ahead of the biggest party of the summer in New Jersey. It quote, "It's common for international superstars to have visa troubles while they're on the road working as full-time performers." Unfortunately, Drew McIntyre went back to the United Kingdom, and he's currently unable to return to the United States for his upcoming tag team match in New Jersey. Chad Gable was written off television when it was rumored that the 39-year-old WWE star suffered a shoulder injury. Meanwhile, a new El Grande Americano took his place, and the landscape slowly shifted when Master Gable was on a hiatus from the Stamford-based promotion. While he hasn't held a singles title, Gable and Ludwig share the moniker of El Grande Americano and are the current WWE Speed Champion. After Chad Gable's injury, Ludwig Kaiser seemingly took over the role of El Grande Americano on the red brand. While American Made has tried its best to prove the new masked man is Kaiser, the trio hasn't had much success in procuring actual proof. On the most recent edition of WWE Raw, El Grande Americano, Ludwig Kaiser, came out to distract the Latino World Order during their tag team title match against the Judgment Day. While Dragon Lee took care of Americano, another El Grande Americano appeared out of nowhere and cost the challengers their match against Finn Balor and JD McDonagh. Roman Reigns was the face of WWE for years before he became a part-time performer. Apart from being the most well-known face in the industry, Reigns also attracted a lot of female attention from his early days in the Shield. Recently, Steph DeLander, FKA Persia Pirotta, made a shocking confession about herself. The former NXT talent revealed that she almost got arrested by the police in her attempt to meet Roman Reigns at WrestleMania Access. While the original tribal chief wasn't aware of the situation, nor did he contribute to it in any way, DeLander revealed this and promoted her biography on X Twitter. Roman Reigns opened SummerSlam 2025, which is unusual for him considering how he has headlined the show for most years in the 2020s. This year, he opened the proceedings and took a bunch of bumps, including one where he almost got a freak injury. The OTC kept taking bumps in his match against Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed as the Paul Heyman-led duo did everything they could to take him out, including sending him across a table, into the barricade, and more. Reigns also performed a bit of self-sacrifice, with a dive reminiscent of The Undertaker at WrestleMania 25, as well as a spear onto Braun Breaker through the barricade. In one moment, Roman Reigns was wiped out at ringside by 27-year-old Braun Breaker, and he was seen screaming for a moment, nearly injuring the area near his temple. With Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed in the match, it made a lot of sense that there were no breaks for Roman Reigns, who was in the middle of his first match back in several months. Breaker became one of the rare superstars to trash-talk Reigns in front of his face as he mocked the chants in favor of the OTC. Reigns even had to take a bullet for JUSO for their team to get the win. According to Dave Meltzer in the Wrestling Observer's Daily Update, World Heavyweight Champion Gunther is nursing an injury. Gunther, a nose issue that may require him to take some time off, Meltzer wrote. No further details were provided regarding the extent of the issue or when it was sustained. Gunther has not shown any visible signs of injury during his recent WWE television appearances. Marquee matchup is set for SummerSlam 2025 as main event JUSO will team up with the newly returned original tribal chief Roman Reigns to take on the forces of Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker in New Jersey. While the names attached to this match are tantalizing enough, the story that comes with it ups the stakes even higher. After weeks of unsanctioned brawls, USO and Reigns will have the opportunity to pump the brakes on Reed and Breaker's WWE Raw takeover, all of which is happening at the behest of the absent Seth Rollins and the duplicitous Paul Heyman. With a viral return, multiple post-match run-ins, and a closed lip injury to cover, this is the story so far. 2 WrestleMania losses in a row, and the betrayal of his former wise man Heyman, first to CM Punk, then to Rollins, took a toll on Reigns, who disappeared from WWE programming immediately after WrestleMania 41. While Reigns was absent, Rollins and Heyman began to recruit Breakker and Reed to a stable briefly known as The Vision, with the goal of taking over WWE with 2 of the Red Brand's rising stars. Their plans for WWE domination, however, were temporarily halted by injury when Rollins suffered a knee injury at Saturday night's main event. With Rollins' Money in the Bank briefcase no longer an option, The Vision needed to turn to Raw's recent #1 contender gauntlet match in order to close in on the gold. Breakker nearly had the victory before Punk nailed him with a GTS for the pinfall. Punk found himself at the end of a post-match beatdown from The Vision soon after, which opened the door for Reigns' return to Raw. Reigns laid out Breakker and Reed before shaking hands with USO, who was also involved in that night's gauntlet match. Reigns and Punk, who had lost at WrestleMania 41 together, exchanged curt looks to end the show. The battle lines continued to be drawn on the following July 21st episode of Raw, where Heyman and Reigns met in a war of words. An unsanctioned brawl courtesy of Breakker and Reed nearly had Reigns on the receiving end of a tsunami, but USO arrived to make the save for his former tribal chief. The union of USO and Reigns, the foundational members of the early Bloodline days, seemed near unstoppable as USO took Reed on in singles action on the recent July 28th episode of Raw. Breakker interfered in the match to cause a disqualification finish, and The Vision looked to pick at the bones of USO in a post-match beatdown. Reigns arrived to make the save, but found himself at Breakker and Reed's mercy as the 2 rising stars laid finisher after finisher on him. This high-profile tag team match is currently set for SummerSlam Saturday. With Rollins' status still up in the air and Bloodline presence at the event, the result of Saturday's match is anybody's guess.